You are looking at a king who called himself a savior, yet he was a merchant of death. In the late 19th century, Europe was in love with progress, but Leopold saw a gold mine. From the outside, he was a visionary humanitarian, but his words were a psychological veil. He claimed to bring light to the darkness of Africa while planning to set it on fire. If you want to understand the true face of power, join our community. You think you're safe in your home, but for millions in the Congo, home became a prison overnight. We often believe that history is a series of accidents, but this was a calculated psychological trap. I looked into his eyes in the old portraits and saw no soul, only the cold hunger for absolute power. We must decide whether to look away or to witness the truth together. Follow if you choose the truth. Leopold declared the Congo his private property, not Belgium's, but his own personal playground. This was a country owned by one man, a nightmare that the world chose to applaud. While the elites took their cuts, I found that the true cost was being paid in human flesh. You were no longer a father or a child. In this system, you were merely a production unit. The order was simple: collect the rubber, fill the quota, or face the consequence that haunts history. They didn't want to waste bullets, so they demanded a different kind of proof: human hands. Imagine seeing these reports and not flinching. That was the cold, narcissistic void of Leopold. We see the pattern of terror, families held hostage just to squeeze out more profit. I realized this wasn't just cruelty, it was a message sent to millions through the medium of pain. You can choose to ignore this, or you can help us reveal the hidden truths of history. Subscribe for the truth. But one man with a camera shattered the silence that millions of dollars had bought. We look at these photos today and feel the chill of a nightmare that was once someone's reality. I found that the photos didn't lie, even when the most powerful man in Europe did. This single document, hidden for years, proves the system was designed to destroy. You might wonder how a king stays in power when his hands are covered in blood. We must ask, who is the real criminal, the one who pulls the trigger or the one who funds the bullet? You see the pressure building, a wave of truth that even a king's wealth couldn't hold back. I read the report and felt the weight of every silent life that was quantified in those pages. We hear his response, a masterclass in the dark psychology of denial. We will deny it. You have to decide, is silence the same as permission? Comment your thoughts below. I discovered that this wasn't an investigation of a crime, but a test of civilization's soul. We walk through the burned villages in our minds, seeing the systematic nature of the horror. Every line in this report opens a door to a darkness you never thought possible. You might expect a king to panic, but Leopold knew that money could buy time and silence. I found the lie he repeated until the world started to believe it. It was the locals' fault. We see the tomb of millions being built by this silence as Europe looked the other way. You can see the throne starting to crumble as the weight of 10 million souls becomes too heavy to bear. Even when the world said enough, I found that the master of manipulation had one final trick. We call it a victory, but was it? Leopold kept his palaces, his wealth, and his pride. If you think justice was served, you haven't seen the whole picture. Watch till the end to see the cover-up. I discovered that before he died, he ordered the evidence of his crimes to be burned. We now know he wasn't just a distant king, he was a CEO of terror, reading every report. You have to wonder, if everyone knew, why did no one stop the merchant of rubber? I see his statues today and realize that forgetting is just another way of dying twice.
We are the ones who must carry the voices of the silenced into the light of the present. History didn't give them justice, but we can give them the truth. Share this to honor the silenced.